the plates today, so we can go ahead and put these things on. And yeah, so after 10-11 years, she is legit again. And I was going through this paperwork that I had inside. I had the registration and title and everything, and I come across this. I'm gonna hide her name, but I bought this Honda Civic, sold to me, in 2006 for $350. But yeah, so all I got to do is put on that plate. I also picked up a fire extinguisher because I have had a fire in one of my cars before with nitrous. Had a backfire, had a fire in the engine bay, burned up the battery. Luckily the car still ran, and all I had to do was replace the battery, the air intake, and a couple other little things. But since I've done everything on this car, including the fuel lines, even though I haven't seen any fuel leaks or anything like that, it's better to be safe than sorry. And shout out to Dinksy, who's always commenting on my videos. Appreciate it very much, guy. You know, I thought I really need to get one just to take with me, even though I'm not driving the car like all the way over there, you know, taking off the trailer, putting it in, and then putting it on the trailer, back on the trailer. That's just something that you should have with you when you have a car like that, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen videos of cars that have been burned to a crisp for some reason or another. But yeah, so that's fire extinguisher in the car. I don't have a bracket or anything like that. I was thinking of maybe mounting it somewhere, and I don't know where, but I mean, I could just keep it in the back here or something like that. But yeah, so there's that. I need to put it on the plate. I did already put on the that fitting on the upper radiator hose, and it looks, I haven't turned on the car yet, so I'm gonna turn it on now and see what that does. Let it run for a little while and see if it's gonna leak. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on those plates and start the car, let it run. Looks like that fitting isn't leaking, and neither is this one, so that took care of that. Actually, I take that back. I see a little bit of a leak on this one that I didn't change. Can you see it right there? Yep. So I still got to change that one out. It's not leaking as bad as the other one though, so that's good. And I know it got up to temperature because the fans are actually working. So, and there I can feel the pressure in this line as well as that one. So according to the Honda settings on the app, it's still reading at 151 degrees. I'm not sure if I trust that. So I actually bought another coolant temperature meter, and I have to hook it up, figure out where to hook it up. I think I gotta connect it up to that fitting right there on the K-tuned neck right there. Yeah, and then run it to the inside and see if the readings are the same. But for now, like I say, I'm not going to be running it a lot, just in and out of the shows. It should be good enough. So yeah, I drove it, ran it through a couple of gears. It's running really, really good. I did, when I was pulling it in, scrape just a little bit, so I stopped and backed it out, and then I had to back it in. So it's still a little low, but not as low as it was before, so it's manageable. Alright, well, I was able to finally take the car off of the trailer, and I'm having starter problems. Solenoid doesn't seem to be activating for some reason, so I had to jump it. And yeah, the car is still a little too low. I got hung up, had to use the jack, of course. But I'm here. So let's see what happens. So the Cars and Coffee was actually that was a really good time. We met a bunch of really nice guys and girls, and everybody was really impressed with the car. Yeah, it's got up really early in the morning, as you just saw. I got up at 4, drove to Albuquerque, which is about 2.5 hours from where I live. Got there, I think it was about 7, yeah, it had to be about 7:30. Had to unload the car, which is still too low, but I can't raise it anymore. So I got a couple of things that I got to do, but yeah, got there, unloaded the trailer, the car off the trailer, drove it in, started fine. Well, I actually had a little bit of problems starting it. Just the starter button wasn't working. So I had to jump the starter. Finally got it running, and got everything together, drove it into the meet, stayed there. It starts at like 8, ended about 11:30, and then I loaded it back on the trailer and you know, did a couple of things down there and left. But my truck was giving me grief all the way back. It's it doesn't have a large engine on it. I mean, it's large enough to where it shouldn't have a problem pulling the trailer and the car. But the gears, it's a manual transmission, has the 4.7 liter V8, and it was struggling, really. I mean, I don't know. So brought it, this today is Sunday, and I got up early and I started working. I don't know what time it is, maybe 2 o'clock already. Changed all of the spark plugs on the truck, serviced the transmission, topped it off with transmission fluid, and did a couple other little things, and took it for a ride just now, and it seems to be shifting really fine. I really won't know anything until I hook it up to the trailer with the car on it and see how it does. One thing on the car that I got to do is I think I'm going to have to put a different battery. You know, I got that you know, that race battery, the little, you know, under the dash, and I always have to be charging that thing. And according to the data that's sent to my phone from the Honda ECU, it says it's charging, but every time I get in the car, the battery's dead, and so I got to hook up the jumper and then start it. And so what I'm thinking I'm going to do is just get a regular size battery and put it on the underside here, which means I'm going to have to extend all the power wires, run them through the outside of the fender, and then hook it up underneath that area right there. But at least I'll have a larger battery with more cranking amps to start this start the car. So tomorrow is the car show. I haven't even washed the car, so I'm gonna have to probably do that in the morning before I go, or over there. I mean, it's not dirty, it just has dust on it, so I could use probably a detailing spray or something like that to get it, all the dust off of it, and just kind of touch it up. Inside is immaculate. I mean, I cleaned it for 2 or 3 days, so that's pretty clean. I just got to worry about the battery dying on me, you know. So I'm gonna take the charger with me, and maybe they'll have like an electrical outlet or port or something like that I can plug it into while it's there, so it's charging while it's, you know, at the show. Yeah, I mean, it's just stuff I got to do, but I'll figure it out eventually.
Oh, fucking crash right away, bro.
Yep. We got a little bit of rain. It's not pouring, but yeah, we got a little bit of rain, so I am just sitting in the car and getting out of the rain. But for the most part, this is a really good turnout for, you know, my small little town. So yeah, there's mostly lowriders and hot rods and older cars. I haven't seen any Euros at all. Well, we got rained out, and but I mean, for the most part, it went really good. The guys that knew what they were looking at on the car were really impressed, and they really liked it. I was the only import car there, so I mean, it was like I say, it was a small local gathering of just guys that like working on cars. You know, there was no awards given out or prizes or anything like that. I mean, they did have a raffle, but other than that, you know, yeah, it went really good. You know, like I say, a bunch of friends dropped by, and they took a look at it, and they had been following me on Facebook and kind of you know, been looking at the project and how it's been going over the last couple of years, and they were really happy to finally see it in person and see where it's at right now. So yeah, it went really good. And next Saturday, they're having another car show about an hour away from here, so I was hoping to attend that one. We'll see what the weather does. If it's even gonna be forecasted for rain, I'm not even gonna go, because that place gets a lot of rain. It's a little bit further up north. So yeah, went good. I liked it. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload all these videos. The truck itself seems to be doing pretty good. You know, after I changed out the transmission fluid and the spark plugs and all that stuff to it, it's not giving me such a hard time pulling this trailer with the car on it. And but yeah, if you guys like these videos, again, give them a thumbs up, and like them, of course, comment, and I'll hopefully respond to you if I get the chance to see the comment. And if you guys want to share these videos, go right ahead. But anyways, we'll see you on the next video.